At 78, Donald Trump made history as the first former U.S. president convicted of a crime found guilty of falsifying business records. However, the U.S. Supreme Court soon granted him partial immunity in a key case related to his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Additionally, a Florida judge dismissed a case tied to his handling of classified documents, marking another legal win. So what lies ahead for Trump in his 4 criminal cases, and how could they impact his run for the White House? What's the main issue? One of the central cases examines whether Trump unlawfully conspired to reverse his 2020 election defeat to Joe Biden. Prosecutors allege that he pressured officials, spread false claims of election fraud, and sought to delay the certification of Biden's victory after the January 6 Capitol riot. Trump faces 4 criminal charges, including conspiracy to defraud the U.S. and conspiracy against citizens' rights. However, charges related to insurrection were notably absent. In August, prosecutors updated the charges after a Supreme Court ruling granted broader immunity to presidents. They now argue Trump acted as a political candidate, not as president, when he tried to influence the election. Trump denies any wrongdoing, calling the charges politically motivated, and has pleaded not guilty. When will the trial happen? There is no trial date in sight yet. Trump has appealed, citing presidential immunity from prosecution for his actions based on a legal precedent from 1982. Lower courts rejected this defense, but the Supreme Court granted him limited immunity for official actions. Nonetheless, the revised indictment suggests that Special Counsel Jack Smith believes the case will proceed. Whether it meets the Supreme Court standards for immunity remains to be seen, but some charges may not stick. If Trump wins re-election, he could potentially pardon himself. Could Trump face prison time? The penalties for the charges are severe. Conspiracy to defraud the U.S. carries up to 5 years in prison. Obstructing an official proceeding could mean up to 20 years in prison. Conspiracy against rights carries up to 10 years in prison. However, there are significant logistical and political challenges to jailing a former president. Even with a conviction, actual prison time remains uncertain. What's the case about the hush money? Trump's legal troubles also include a case about a payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels before the 2016 election. Daniels was paid $130,000 to keep quiet about an alleged affair, which Trump denies. The legal issue is tied to how this payment was documented, with Trump's former lawyer reimbursed through accounts falsely labeled as legal fees. During the trial, Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, testified that Trump knew about the payment cover-up. Trump was found guilty of 34 counts of campaign finance violations, though he continues to insist the case is politically motivated. What's the Georgia election case? Another case centers on Trump and several co-defendants, accused of attempting to overturn Georgia's election results in 2020. The investigation stems from a recorded phone call where Trump asked officials to find votes to change the outcome. Originally facing 13 charges, later reduced to 10, Trump has pleaded not guilty. A trial date hasn't been set, with delays stemming from attempts to disqualify the lead prosecutor. A racketeering charge could carry a sentence of up to 20 years if convicted. What about the classified documents case? Trump is also facing allegations related to mishandling classified documents after leaving the White House. He's accused of retaining national defense information under the Espionage Act and obstructing justice. Although a Florida judge recently dismissed the case, citing constitutional violations, prosecutors are appealing. If the trial moves forward, Trump could face significant prison time, but many experts doubt he will actually serve time.